Okay, I don't know. It's not working. So just do this challenge. Puzzle. Supervise the landmarked A as neighbors, numbered 1 through 8. Really? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it goes around. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Plus the number of neighbors that are on a. This sounds like Conway's Game of Life. Okay. Wow. Okay, cool. I think it's something like that. I didn't really read it all properly. Oh, I don't know why I'm talking because the stream is not on. Or maybe it is. Yeah, okay. Uh, good. Is it on? Is it on? Streaming 0. Yeah, 2 minutes. Okay, cool. Thanks. Good. Okay, so I'll pop this out. Close this. If it goes down, please message me. I should hear it, I think, because the sound's on. Okay. All right. So first, I'll put the input into. What day is it today? 18, right? Yeah. Input 18.txt. Misc empty text file. Okay, cool. Done. I need to copy this to the output directory. Quick properties, copy to output directory. Then we want to make a new puzzle called puzzle 18. Add new file. It looks like I skipped a few, but it's because I did them at home and I haven't made a Git repository for this. I don't think there's any reason to. The only reason I would do it is so that I could get a lot of commits on my Git account, but I don't really care too much about that. Right, so I reckon just doing a text string grid equals file read. Yeah. File read all text file name. And then a console write line grid. Okay. In the program, we're gonna go new puzzle 18. Just to make sure it worked. I spelled that wrong. It's not gonna work. Yep. Go away. Oh, I thought I heard a message. Very annoying. Okay, so it looks like we're getting the text in more or less okay. Now let's read that thing again because I don't really get exactly how it works. Okay. Puzzle 18. What was the one before that we did? So, because I just want to get the grid configuration, day 6, okay. Okay, so we have this object in day 6 called, I think it's just called grid. Maybe it's not 6. Puzzle 6. This looks like, oh no, it is, okay. Alright, so I just actually used the 2D array, so who cares? We also want to remove new line characters from the input, I think. So let's just do that first. Remove, or not even remove, dot replace /n with nothing. Oh, okay. All right, cool. Now I'm just thinking of bool grid equals, not even, we can just do it here. It's probably better to var grid equals new bool. Can't remember the syntax. Okay, yeah, we have to define the size. I think it's 100 by 100. Yep, it is. Okay. 100 by 100. Good. I think that's fine. And then let's just set the configuration. So, damn it, I hate it when I open Xcode. Oh, you're solving from day 1. Yeah, some are really, the first one is very easy, and the second one's pretty easy, but it gets a bit harder. So day 7 is pretty hard. This one doesn't seem too bad, but I haven't really read the whole thing yet, so I don't really know. Is it? Oh, okay. Text, alt text, input text. Grid equals new bool 100 by 100. Yep. And then for int I equals 0 I less than input text. Dot length I plus plus. So if these are all false, right? So we don't need to say, it's already false because Boolean variables start to false. So if we find a hash, we just set it as true. If input text dot I equals hash, then grid I 0 equals true. Now the next thing is like we have to map a 1D array to a 2D array. Do they require a very good set of skills? Not really. You can use any language. So basically, it's just like this. You just get You get a puzzle, and then you get some input like this, and then you have to type in an answer, which is just an integer here. So you can use whatever language you want. You could even just look at the puzzle and maybe try to figure it out yourself. Some people did do that because some of the inputs were easy enough to just look at them and figure out what the answer is. You can use Excel. You could use any tool to get the answer. Input text I. So the next thing is we need to map an 1D integer 1D, just basically a 1D space to a 2D space. So this is going to work up until 100. And I think the way to do it is like int x equals I modulus 100. So if it's 0 to 99, that's fine. But if it's 100, we want to set it to 0. And then int y equals I divided by 100. And then we'll just go x, y equals true. Okay. And then once we're there, we should have our grid all, oh, okay. What's wrong? X, 4, y equals 100. What's I? How long is the length? Oh, it's longer than I expected. It should be 10,000. What's in here? Maybe there's white space. How do we... So I think that code's correct. It's just we need to clean the input text a bit. Like, I heard something. Oh, okay, just maybe somebody joining or this thing crashing. No, it's still going. Okay. I have a much better connection at my office. I did the last 2 or 3 days at home, and my internet connection really sucks. And then my screen is really big on my computer at home, but I'm just using a laptop here, so the resolution's smaller and my internet's really fast, so my stream should be a lot better. Huh. So we killed new line characters. I'm assuming it's white space. I don't know, C#. Let's try that. Let's just copy that in, copy this. But I don't know, let's see if it works. Yeah, let's set a breakpoint here, I guess. Oh, it's not compiling? Right. Right. Cool, okay. It was white space, so... Yeah, I mean, I think that worked. We can fix this up by doing this instead. Oh, actually, we'll just do it like this. Okay, I mean, there was actually no point in doing that. Read in the file and set the initial state of our grid. Okay. 2. Read the puzzle, figure out what he's talking about. Start by inputting your lights to the initial configuration of your puzzle input. Hash means on, dot means off. Then animate your grid in steps where each step indicates the next configuration based on the current one. Each light's next state, either on or off, depends on its current state and the current states of the 8 lights adjacent to it, including diagonals. Lights on the edge of the grid might have fewer than 8 neighbors. And the missing ones always count as off. For example, in the simplified 6x6, yep. So every light you should have next is based on its current state or off, on or off, plus the number of neighbors are on. A light which is on stays on when 2 or 3 neighbors are on. I reckon this is Conway's Game in Life. I have not done it before, so I don't really know. But I feel like it could be. Hey. A light which is on stays on when 2 or 3 neighbors are on. A light which is off turns on if exactly 3 neighbors are on. So, okay. So okay, so we have like a current grid state, and then we want to use that as the input to figure out the next grid state. Figure out the next grid state. Okay. Var next grid equals new bool 100 100. So we're going to loop through the grid. Yeah, let's just loop through the grid. Okay, for int I equals 0, I less than, I like y, x and y better, x equals 0, x less than 100, x plus plus. For int y equals 0, y less than 100, y plus plus. Okay. And then we'll have next grid x, y equals is on, is light on, grid, we're passing the grid of the previous state. We'll never write on top of the previous state, and then we pass in the x and y positions. Okay. And then we'll make like a private static bool is light on, new, I think it's just a bool grid int x int y, return true. Okay, so that should compile it, but now we need to figure out this part. This part is, let's copy this. Light which is on stays on when 2 or 3 neighbors are on. A light which is off, turns on if it's light which is on stays on. Light which is off, turns on. Okay. Bool is on. Is currently on equals grid x, y. Great. If is currently on, else light which is on stays on when 2 or 3 neighbors are on. Okay, well, I think we want another one called like get neighbors maybe. Yeah, let's do it. Private static bool get private static bool array get neighbors. Bool grid int x int y. Okay, and so immediately it's going to define 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Var neighbor list equals new bool 8. So when won't it have? Let's not worry about that. Let's worry about the first case. So I'm going to go around like this, like top left, directly above, whatever. So we could just actually go bool 0, neighbor list 0 equals true. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. It's probably not always going to be the case. So we need to write some code to figure it out instead. And we could go like this grid. X minus 1, y. This grid x minus 1, y minus 1. X plus 1. What's wrong here? Oh. And in certain cases, this is not going to be. There's a few cases. If you're in the corner, the top row, the left row, the right row, or the bottom row. Yeah. We'll figure out the cases later. Return false. Neighbor list. Okay, so that's the top. Yeah, let's break them out into this sort of pattern. Actually, it's quite good to copy it like this because I have to change less stuff. So the y is always actually just a y. Okay. And we can copy these as well, like that. Just make sure we go 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah, the font size is kind of small. Actually, it might be okay because I'm on a laptop screen. If it's too small, let me know. Okay, I don't. No, okay. Nobody seems to mind. Okay. I think that's right for every case except for the edge cases. Now we need to handle the edge cases as well. So can't really figure out how to do this. One dumb way to do it is to just put like it's just a wrap if around all of these. Oops. Which I don't know. Maybe it's not too dumb, but I don't like it. We could even do one line ifs like if x greater than 0 and y greater than 0. Is that really dumb? It's a bit hard to like. I can't think of a better way at the moment. So here x is fine in all cases. Here x needs to be less than 100. I really feel like we should do this. Public or private const width equals 100 int. Because I'm assuming he's going to change the grid size, and then if I don't, that's kind of dumb to assume that actually because because if he doesn't, I just wasted all my time. Width. Y is greater than 0. That's right. Y greater than 0. Okay. Y is okay in all cases, so we don't need to worry about y. Okay, so here x needs to be greater than 0. That's fine. Y needs to be... X is fine in all cases here, actually. So this is the one case where it's always okay. X needs to be less than width. Yeah. I reckon, yeah, instead of one line, 2 lines probably better. I made this rule where I said I was always going to use braces around if statements, but it's a bit too annoying here. Maybe I should do it anyway, but x is less than width. Yeah, I reckon this is going to crash anyway because it should be less than width minus 1, I think. I'll do that. X less than width minus 1. Okay, so here x is x less than width minus 1. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Okay. X less than x greater than 0, that's correct. Y is less than width minus 1. And I think that's going to be true for all cases, so we'll just smash that in there. All these next three ones at least. X greater than 0, x is fine in all cases, so we'll just do that. And x greater than 0, x less than width minus 1, height minus 1, width minus 1. I just realized this technically should be height. Because y should never worry about the width. Yep, okay. So we got the neighbor list. For our neighbor. Get neighbors. What's wrong here? New is not allowed in namespace elements. What? I think something's broken up here. I think it's width and height. Looks like everything's broken. Let's compile to see what's broken. Yeah, right. Oh, that's wrong. Cool, okay. What did it print out? Oh, who cares? Okay, so neighbor list. Get neighbors. Grid x, y. Okay. Light is currently on when 2 or 3 neighbors are on and turns off otherwise. Okay. So neighbor return neighbor list dot count. I want link. I want my beloved link using system.link. I think you can do it. But count. X dot x equals true. It's a bull, right? What's wrong here? Oh, okay. J. So count is the number. Okay. Int count equals return count equals 2 or count equals 3. Okay, cool. If it's currently on, yep. Light which is off turns off on if exactly 3 neighbors are on and saves them otherwise. Same sort of thing. It's kind of duplicated code because we could just get the count up here. But who cares? Okay, so I think we're good. We're good to test it out for at least one iteration. So let's see what we get. Oh, let's make sure it doesn't crash. Yeah, it does crash. Okay. Index out of range exception. How much is height? Height's 100. Width is 100. Neighbor list 8. Yeah, so the problem is we were supposed to define 9 different. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Problem is we skipped 1. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Silly mistake. Let's try it again. I think I heard chat say something. Oh, cool. We got all the way Did we? Yeah, we got all the way through one thing. Okay, so we actually want to know what next grid is. Oh, somebody joined. Okay, cool. Okay, so we got through it. How come I keep hearing stuff and it's not chat? It's just like something stupid. Okay, so we got through one iteration. The next part is we have to go through 100 iterations. Plus still. After 4 steps, yep. In your grid, 100, given the initial configuration, how many lights are on after 100 steps? Okay. Iterate 100 times. Yep. So we'll just go like this. For in I equals 0, I. So 100, I plus plus. It's a bit confusing. So we define a new grid. We set the new grid based on the previous grid, and then we'll go grid equals next grid. So we loop through, fill it all into next grid, and then it's assigned to next grid. And then I think we can just, I think that's right. So what's the next thing? How many lights are on, right? Yeah, how many lights are on? Okay, so we can just do a is light on. I think we can use, maybe we can't use link because it's a 2D array. Next grid, grid dot count. No, we can't. Okay. Well, we'll just count it. So int count equals 0. For int equals 0, x less than width, x plus plus. For int y equals 0, y less than height, y plus plus. And then if grid x y, and then we just do that. If grid x y, then count plus plus, and then console.writeLine count equals plus count. Okay, cool. Is it running? 1116. Okay, let's try it out. 1116. Oh no, too high. So it's kind of hard to figure out what we did wrong. It's pretty, yeah. It's too high, but that, it just basically doesn't really give me a clue as to where I went wrong. So one idea is we can, fuck, I hate it when this happens. One idea is we can input this grid and then make sure we get the same output, right? I think that's why it's there. Okay. Damn it. Public class grid equals, no. Yeah, so I'm going to make a grid object so that it can be a bit more flexible. And then int private int width height public grid width height. Okay, great. So oh, sorry, int. Probably should have started like this because it just makes things a little bit neater. So this is a 6x6. Yep, okay. So we want to pass in the initial state. Initialize string initial state. Why is that? Why did that freak out a bit? I don't know. Who cares? And it's also going to have like a private bool. I don't know what to call this. Lights. Okay, this dot width equals width. This dot height equals height. Initialize. Yeah, so lights. Okay, so we've defined a 6x6 grid. We pass in this input, and then what does he call it? We'll just call it step. So public void step. And then we should also make a toString. Public, no, it's override toString. And then we can use this for debugging because like, looking at values is not helpful in this case. The toString is just going to be like, if it's a hash, put in a dot. If it's not, yes, I want to read 6 characters at a time. Okay, so first off, using system, not text. Var s buffer equals new string buffer. That's not in text. String builder. Okay. Oh, no. We have to read 6 bools at a time. Yeah, so we'll just loop across actually. So for in I x equals 0, x less than width, x plus plus. God, people outside are so annoying. They're having like a Christmas party. For int y equals 0, y less than height, y plus plus. Because I want to go across. I want to do the width first. So maybe that was the error. Maybe I was looping like this way instead of this way. Maybe, I don't know. Okay. Buffer dot append. Let's just do it like this. If lights x, y. I was trying to use the ternary operator, but I was like getting a bit too confused and I don't really see the point. So if lights x, y, then If it's on, it's a hash. The buffer dot append hash, else buffer dot append dot. Okay, and then here, once we've gone, so we've gone across to the width, we just want to add in a new line, buffer dot append /n. And then return buffer.toString. Okay, cool. Ha 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 ha. So luckily I wrote these in a static sort of way, except they kind of use, yeah, it's not that static. Is light on, yeah, so we can just grab these and put them into our class down here. So instead of, yeah, if it was more static, we would pass in width and height instead. So is light on, grid XY, get neighbors, if currently on. Yep. I think that method is probably fine. This one, there could be some problems here. Greater than 0, width. No, I want it to be lowercase, you bastard. Width. And then height. You're such a bastard, Xamarin Studio. Okay, which is width, height. Wow. Okay, so same sort of thing. We want to define a new grid. And that is going to be, oh, we haven't allocated this grid, so the next thing is heights equals new bool width height. You're getting, yeah, oh yeah, what's the error? Please do tell me. Var next lights equals new bool width height. You look at the value of the center light. Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Thanks. That's very helpful. That was probably it, right? That's probably the error. But let's, okay. Yeah, you're right. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's right now, right? Yep. You're right. That was the error. It's pretty subtle. Thanks. I'm glad I got that fixed. It would have taken me quite a while to get it fixed. I would like to run it again to see if we get the right output, but then now we've just refactored quite a bit, so we need to finish doing it the way we were doing it before. Okay, so figure out next grid state. We'll just count that. So that goes in the step. Yeah, next lights. It's good to generalize it anyway. What is it? 3 for loops. Oh no, yeah, okay, so this is stepping like 100 times. We just want to step once. Next lights, next lights, next lights. Lights. Okay. So, yeah, let's fix this up. So it should be width, height. In fact, let's just get rid of these two because they're troublemakers. Okay, so step, width, height. Width, height. Next lights equals is light on, lights, XY, lights equals. Okay, so that's cool. Two string looks good. Next thing I want to do is do the count. Public void count. Num lights on. Return count. Great. So we could just forget the thing and just go like this. So var grid equals new grid 100 grid initialize and then pass in the input text. And then we want to for in I equals 0, I less than 100, I plus plus grid dot step, and then console dot write line count plus grid dot count. Oops. Dot num. What the fuck? Is it not grid dot num lights on? Okay, let's see if that's right. So we got 1116 last time. What do we get this time? We get compiler. Public grid. What's wrong here? Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, this guy is supposed to be width, this guy's supposed to be height, and this is supposed to be called lights. Okay, a lot of errors. One oh six one. Awesome. Yes, great. We didn't even need the toString. You flip the instructions over, Santa goes on to point out that this is all just an imitation of Conway's. Hey, I was right. At least it was until you notice that something's wrong with the grid of lights you bought. 4 lights in one of each corner are stuck on and can't be turned off. Hmm? Okay, so for some reason the first four corners are always on. I think that's doable. Yeah, what's up? Or they get stuck on. They're not always on, but once they're on, they can't be turned off. Usually, yeah. I use a lot as well, Papa Steve. I don't want to call you that. It's a really funny thing to say. I'm just gonna call you Steve. That's yeah. So I don't get it. So let's read that again. You flip the instruction over, Santa goes on to point out. Yep. At least it was until you noticed that something's wrong with the grid of lights you bought. 4 lights, one in each corner. Oh, okay. Those corner ones are always on. Are stuck on. Yeah, so they're always on. Okay. Yeah. So one way to deal with that is when we do get neighbors, we'll just override down here. Deal with the 4 corners being stuck on. So, oh. No, maybe that's not right. Yeah, how do we deal with that? So, they affect the outcome of the rest of the lights. So, one way is, I think doing it here is actually okay. So one way we could do it is, no, it's too messy. Like when we ask for a grid position, we shouldn't be using this. We should have our own override, like instead of using just directly accessing the buffer, we should go through somewhere else, and then we see, yeah. So where do we access? I think we only access here. I think that's right. We also access there. Okay. So let's write our own thing. So private bool is on x int y. And then return, okay, so if x equals 0 or x equals 0 and y equals 0, it's a corner one, then turn true. And then we can just have a bunch more of these. It's 4, right? So x equals width. It's never going to equal width. It's always going to be width minus 1. So that's there. And then we're going to have the other cases like this, like height minus 1 and width minus 1. Okay. Return lights x, y. So when we do get neighbors, oh shit. No, it's still okay. Yeah, it's still okay. I like it like this because we're passing this in. But we can still use is on. Is on. So annoying. It's crazy formatting. He's gonna like, oh my god. Sometimes auto formatting is really annoying, isn't it? Just unbelievable. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now we gotta look for anywhere else where grid is used. Okay, so is light on? Is currently on. We're gonna go is on X, Y. Get neighbors. This thing should not pass in the grid actually, so this thing doesn't have access to the grid. Cool. Buffer the append. I think this is fine. It's just outputting num lights on. Yeah, so it actually is on. Is light on lights equals this. Is light on. It looks like it's not accessing lights. Initialize. Lights XY equals true. That's fine, I think. Yep. Is it fine? Yep. So let's find all the references to this. And then make sure that they're... What's this? Is on. Yes, that's correct. Damn it, I lost that thing. Search results or whatever. No, I don't want to see the trash. We don't want to do that. We want to use is on. Lights. That's fine. That's something else. Next lights. That's fine. Initialize. It's setting it. It's not getting it, so it's okay. Okay, I think that's fine. Unreachable code detected. Yeah, that's a good point. It is unreachable. Okay. So I think now we can just run it again and we'll get the right output. After how many lights we got? Okay. Yeah, it doesn't take in the lights. Is light on? Why is it shouting at me? Ah, stupid compiler. $1,001. Too low. A lot of call me that. Yeah. Okay. Let's do the example one. I think it's because grid dot initialize. No, it shouldn't be because we have get neighbors. Anyway, let's do the example one. Copy. Input text. String input text equals that. Wow, what the hell happened? Why did it go there? What the hell is going on? I think what? Is somebody messing with my code? What the fuck is this? Oh god, I think I entered some weird mode. Okay. Okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that looks cool. And then dot replace. Yeah, let's just do that again. And then reject replace. Put text. Okay. Var grid equals new grid 6 by 6. We could actually use the input text to figure out how big the grid is. So there you go. Grid.step. We just want to step 6 times. How many times? 5 times. Okay. 5 times. And we also want to see console.write line grid.toString. Just grid because it's overloaded the toString. So let's see how it goes. Okay. Time to play looking at dots and hashes. Alright, so hash. Oh, it's already wrong. Oh no, okay. Hash dot hash dot hash. Hash dot hash. Hash blank line hash 3 hash. That's right. Okay. Next step. Hash dot hash dot hash dot hash dot hash dot hash. Okay. Hash dot hash dot hash dot hash dot hash blank line hash dot hash. It looks correct. The interesting thing is count going to be correct? Because maybe count is stupid. So let's just run it again. Count is 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count's 14. 17, right? So count is stupid. 1, 2, 5, 8, 10, 12, 14, 17. It's not counting the corner ones, I think. What's wrong with count? That's good, because if it was somewhere else, that would. I mean, we'd probably still get it, but it's light on. Jesus, why did I use is light on instead? What is light on? No, that's so wrong. It's bad because is light on and is on are very badly named variables, and yeah, it should just be is on. Okay, that could have been really bad. Let's try that again. 17. Okay, now let's try it with 100. It's good that I wrote it like this. It's nice to have it like written in a nice way. Like if I was doing this in C, I would. I've got some friends who are doing these challenges in C. It looks like hell, but they're good at C programming, so it's kind of not a problem for them. 1006. Yes. We always take like an hour to do these. I think, yeah, people are pretty fast with this challenge. Nice. Okay, cool. I might stream again later, but probably not. And if I do, I mean, I've done all these challenges, so I'm gonna. How many more days do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 days. Christmas is coming. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See you later.